Today, I'll be opening Brandon Sanderson's secret project number 2, Completely Blind. So unlike my last secret project unboxing, I'm going into this completely blind. The last one was accidentally spoiled because the email had been sent to me and I didn't realize what I was opening. This time when I saw it, I completely avoided it. I've avoided his Twitter, anything on his Instagram that pops up I just like and swipe on by. I've avoided the title, booktube videos, you name it. I've done everything possible to make sure that I don't know the title and synopsis or what this book is about and actually be able to experience what he had wanted and also what I had wanted. Even if he planned to, get out there the names and the titles and everything and have people know all this information, I wanted to go in completely blind. The idea that an author of his level and popularity, he's the biggest in fantasy even before this Kickstarter, and then to have the biggest Kickstarter of all time, to me it was really cool, the idea that you're getting this book on your doorstep, you have no idea what it is or what it's about, and it's a complete mystery. You only know secret project, number 2, and that's it. And, they have their little mock-up cover art, which I know for many of them, I believe isn't final. So it's really cool to see that you're getting something so special. And this is an experience that we don't really see very often, if at all. The only other time I can recall was when Robert Kirkman did it with some comic books several years ago, I believe, where they just showed up in the comic book store and then he did a big press release on the day of release to create that feeling of being able to walk in and just pick a comic book off a shelf that you had no idea was there. And for Brandon Sanderson to pull this off with these deluxe hardcover books, it's really impressive and very, very difficult. Only someone of that level could really pull this off. And so for me to be able to experience that, to feel like I'm walking into a store and just picking up this book blind, no idea it was even released, it's exactly what I want. So again, I will be jumping into this with no idea. I can only do this in one take since I can only open it for the first time once. And we'll see what's inside the box. So with all that being said, let's dive into secret project number 2. All right, let's unbox. I ended up making a few changes. I had to fix the camera position and then I realized that my shirt actually blended in with my bookshelves. So probably made more sense to fix all that before I do this one take unboxing. Interesting. So yeah, each one has like a sticker. So this one says Frugal Wizard on it. Has secret project number 2. Interesting. All right. Let's see how this guy holds up. Creating our worlds to inspire yours. So he's got some new stuff and then he says err on the side of awesome. So a couple new things. Okay, a new quote from Wit or Hoyd. You may call this a silly story, it is. That does not depreciate its truthfulness. After all, I am frequently quite silly, but I'm almost always truthful. So I wonder if each one of these, if this is going to be like Tress, where it's told from the point of view of Wit. Okay. Oh, okay. So Cosmere character pin, it's Vasher, who I believe is from Warbreaker, and then he might also appear in Stormlight, if I remember correctly. Okay, spoiler warning. All right, let's get into the book. So we have, all right, I'm guessing this character is from the story. It might not be because, the last one was a lot of Hoyd stuff because Hoyd was heavily involved in Tress. We got like a little sticker here. Looks like a little vinyl sticker. And this is it. Okay, so he's got a little message in the bottom. I don't know if I noticed this on the last one or not, but he says, thank you. I have the best fans in the world. You've proven that to me time and again. You are awesome, you are amazing, and you have incredible taste in books. Brandon Sanderson and the Dragonsteel team. So that's interesting. That's pretty cool. He always does good stuff. So let's set the box down, pick that up later. Okay, The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. Huh. Not at all the type of name or book I expected. Interesting. So this is the Secret Project number 2. Secret Project number 2 is the Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. Interesting. So it talked about being silly in that. You know, the title's kind of silly, so I'm assuming this maybe is like more of a comedy. Interesting. The leather-bound spine looks really good. It's pretty cool compared to, or going alongside Tress as you put these on your bookshelf. And the cover itself is wow, it's pretty cool. Well, let's read the back. We here at Frugal Wizard Incorporated are committing to providing you with the highest quality experience possible, available to any true wizard for a reasonable price. We provide the fun, you provide the body, asterisk, and the money, don't forget the money. Also, we mean your own body, though we don't ask too many questions. It's kind of cool. And it's got like the little wizard hat there. So, I mean, this feels very Cosmere in that like there's all these little worlds. But then at the same time, I know he said one of the books is not Cosmere. And I don't think it's number 4, because I think number 4 is the one that he said is possibly Stormlight adjacent. So I wonder if this one is I mean, I would assume it's Cosmere because Wit is talking about it. So let me grab my little shear here so I can get this guy open. Forgot my pocket knife downstairs, so I gotta resort to stealing the electric wire clippers here I had in my room. All right, yeah, I'm really curious to see the artwork in this one, since the artwork of the last one, it was good, it was well done, but it wasn't really the art style that I would have expected for that book. It kind of had almost like a more realistic, it looked like almost like those Animorphs or like that era of covers, like those kind of late 90s, mid 2000s, semi-realistic, semi-movie postery character art, which isn't bad. I think that's a style he really likes. When you see illustrations on his site or in some of his books, I think he really likes that style. So again, that's his preference. It's not really something I'm as into, but it is interesting to see. So I'm curious with a book like this, how the artwork will, oh, wow, that's really cool. So inside the first piece here is this illustration, and it looks very hand-drawn, more, it has more of an illustrated look versus a photorealistic look. Now some of these, you know, faces do look realistic, but there's a difference between photorealistic, like you're looking at a picture of a person, versus something that you can tell has a stylized, hand-drawn aesthetic, which I prefer. I prefer when something looks illustrated because I find different art so beautiful that I prefer to have something that looks like that versus just a picture. Okay, here's the front. The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England by Cecil B. Bagsworth III. Huh. Interesting. I'm really curious about this. This is like, wow. Oh, wow. It's crazy to see this, even though like you know how prolific he is, to actually look at this and see that he has this many novels and this many series. You know, there's Stormlight, Mistborn, the second half of Mistborn, Reckoners, Skyward, his middle grade stuff, Alcatraz, then these like individual novels and novellas. Oh yeah, like Warbreaker and Elantris. He's got collections, graphic novels. He did stuff, I forgot he did stuff for Infinity Blade and then the Wheel of Time books. It's like what a prolific career. Should be very proud of all the stuff he's done. It's wild to have that many books in really, for most people, a pretty short span of time. So it's impressive. And it looks like dedication here for Matt Bushman, who is our wonderful family scop. Always ready with a song, though never a boast, so I will do it for him. That's cool. I'm curious too if, obviously Tress was dedicated to his wife. It was a story he wrote specifically for her during the pandemic, as a way to do something special for her. And so I'm wondering if each of these books follows that trend. Again, this stuff may be out there. I've avoided it like the plague because I didn't want to be spoiled at all. And this is surprising. This is not, I mean, like, I think I remember the promo art looking similar to this. So I'm not surprised, but like the cover isn't surprising to me, but the actual, you know, name and everything is really interesting. It feels like a very unique departure from Tress. And so I wonder if this book, like the one for his wife, if each of these stories is specifically for someone, because there was a fifth one that was like a middle grade book that he said he was doing for his kids, potentially as a graphic novel. So it's interesting to think that maybe each one of these is specific to someone. And again, that could have already been answered. I don't know, but that's really cool. Wow. I love that the last one utilized so much green, and in this one there's so much blue text. It's really striking that he utilizes the text. And here we go. So yeah, you can see that he's got the blue text there, and then the large drop cap for the first letter. I'm guessing the chapter openings are similar. Okay, so this one's divided into parts as well. Oh, cool. So this has a little illustration here above the chapter and the drop cap there, but that's a really, really cool little sketch. I like the style of this art already. I love the interior. Oh, wow. This is cool too. Look at that. Having art all the way around the edges. That's really cool. I'm trying not to read too much on it because I want to be able to see. But yeah, look at this. Look at all the art. There's art, different art going around the edges from the last page too. It's really cool. Yeah, and each chapter seems to have a different stone stack. They're all different stone stacks. So this is like a different one. And then going to the next, let's go to chapter. Yeah, it looks like, so if that's chapter, oh, what? This is wild. Okay, let's go to the next chapter. Okay, every time I keep opening this, there's more stuff. Okay, there's another stone stack there. Wow, there is a lot of stuff in here. Okay, so as I was flipping through, he's got this illustration here, which looks like it's the same one. He does have it colorized. So it's, or sorry, colored, however you want to say it, but it's colored. I wonder if I'd prefer it colored versus just the black and white, but it's a cool illustration. I like it. It has like a unique, it definitely feels like it matches what the story's saying. You know, the guy kind of looks lost and there's all these notebooks scattered around. Okay, so this I saw when I was poking through. That's pretty wild. So this, I don't know if this is specifically part of the handbook, or if it's part of the story. It looks like it's part of the handbook because it has like these little pieces and then it goes to the next chapter. So that's really cool. I don't want to spoil too much, but then yeah. Oh, and then there are these. Yeah, where is it? So there are these FAQs here. So it's like it's got these little FAQs. So almost like a idiot's guide type of thing. Yeah, and so then it has these FAQs in there. That's cool. I love that this book has so much design to it. And this is why you want to pick these Kickstarter versions up, is to get these designs in this way. And also, for me personally, for my books, I love having, like, ultimately, if I had the funds, I would eventually have all my books, maybe not necessarily being hardcover because they're all paperbacks, but having this much design, having, you know, unique chapter headers and all of the specific design going into it. He has like the little wizard hats over the page numbers. To be able to have that much design work is just so cool. And it looks like there's more and more of the little artwork. There's character art, and then some of the art we had seen before, but just different art. So this is more art going up and down the side. So there's a lot more art in this, even more so than the last one. And I wonder if he had had more time, if he would have done more art. But yeah, oh wow. So there's this illustration there. And then he's got this here. So he has multiple artists on this. Yeah, this is cool. That's really cool. The art in this is the art for the different schematic pieces. Okay. And then he's got like the different packages here. These are like wizard packages. I wonder if this one almost has like lit RPG elements. I'm not a lit RPG guy. It's just not something I've dove into, but I know about the fact that they have like basically you're picking up items and things are happening during the book. I wonder if this is going to be similar. It looks like there's some unique stuff in here regarding that. Okay, I'm quickly flipping through. Oh wow, that's really cool right there. Yeah, if you can get your hands on one of these and you missed the Kickstarter, I would do it. I mean, it's wild how much. I mean, as far as just the amount of illustrated content in this, and just as a product, I feel like this is even more impressive than Tress. I loved Tress's story. I think the look of the book was fantastic. It had some really cool stuff in there. It was unique with the changes of the story matching some of the changes in the chapter headers. But overall, this has so much design work. Yeah, I'm going through. I don't want to get anything spoiled, but okay, it does look like the this bookmark is a illustration from the story, which makes sense. And then yeah, look at the back here with, I love this artwork. Whoever this artist is out there, this is cool stuff. I love the illustration you have for these. Yeah, the ones in here and on the other side, I love them. They're really cool. I don't know if, okay, Steve Argyle. He's an artist whose work is found in film, video games, books, card games, and more. I wonder, so yeah, it says illustrations by Steve Argyle, but the only thing is I don't know if he did all of them, because some of them are so different. Like, these are very different from the cartoony stuff. I'm kind of curious. And then like this one even is different from the others. But I mean, looking at how everything's broken down, let's see. Symbols and illustrations by Steve Argyle. Huh. Yeah, I think he's the only one who did illustrations on these, because I'm not seeing any other like companies or people. The only thing I could imagine is if his like Dragonsteel team did like some of the facts or whatever. I mean, clearly somebody's doing the formatting, and I can't imagine the illustrator is also doing the formatting, but it looks like all of the different illustrations are all done by him. So that's really impressive. There's some unique stuff in here. I'm really curious to see how this works, because if it is Cosmere, I wonder if it will bend some of these different places together, because in Tress at the end, there were things that were kind of brought together. But yeah, this is a really interesting book with a really interesting premise. I mean, I don't know the premise from reading the back. I just know that it's about the Frugal Wizard's Handbook. So I wonder if, yeah, it doesn't have like a full synopsis. So this will be pretty cool to dive into and actually see what the other aspect of the story is outside of just, you know, someone clearly having a wizardly handbook in medieval times. So yeah, so that's all the stuff there. And then the last piece, it looks like, is the spoiler warning box. Okay, spoiler warning. This box contains magic, wizards, hidden fees. The Year of Sanderson continues unabashedly with secret project number 2. The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. Grab your robes, get a beard, preferably your own, and make sure to bring credit cards. We don't care whose. Prepare for a reality warping romp through a medieval England you might almost recognize, illuminated with over 100 illustrations by the magical Steve Argyle. Okay, they are all by him. Frugal Wizard sparkly bookmark, the sticker, and the character pin. Yeah. Oh, there's all these. So there's all these. I can't really tell from here if you can read it, but there's all these little subtext pieces. This is kind of fun. It says, grab your robes from that time you waited in line to read about a boy wizard. That's clearly Harry Potter. That's cute. Let's see. Okay, and then for the credit cards, we do not condone the unauthorized acquisition of all ill-gotten monies. Yeah, they're being funny there. Okay. Steve Argyle's an actual wizard. Okay, so these are just cute little context pieces. Cool. Yeah, interesting. I'll have to put all that stuff back. I've actually been saving all of the boxes. I want to keep all this stuff. And I think these will really go well together. The only thing I wish they had done, I noticed they did the little stars here. It would be cool if somewhere on the book it said like Secret Project 2 or, The other one said Secret Project 1. I think it'd be kind of cool if you had that on the spine and maybe only the Kickstarter people got that. Again, it's not, or, if it had it in the corner or something, or just somewhere to kind of commemorate the fact that this is part of that Kickstarter. That would be the only thing I think that could add to it. But again, there's nothing to complain about. The actual quality of the book is fantastic. I mean, man, if I ever get a hardcover done, I'd love to have, whoever's doing this do it as far as the design and printing, because I see a lot of deluxe hardcovers now in the fantasy space, especially self-published. But there's something about this that just, it feels a little unique. Same with Tress. A lot of times you're seeing these where it's just kind of like a generic cloistered design, maybe some swords, but this is very specific to the book and the world, which I really appreciate. And I think it's really special. So I will be reading this. I do need to post my Tress review, as I did finish that, quite a long time ago. I think I finished it maybe a month after it came out. And now that I know what it is, I can go download the audiobook off of my email. Hopefully there's no expiration on that, since I didn't read it because I didn't want to know what this book was. Cool. Well, I will be diving into this, and hopefully I'll finish it soon so I can share it with you. Thanks everyone for joining me for the unboxing of Brandon Sanderson's Secret Project number 2.